Secrets from the Tombs. The Great Hymn to the Aten in the Tomb of A. This audio presentation is read and voiced by Shakim Ra. It is provided to the public by Amen Ra University. The Great Hymn to the Aten is the longest of a number of hymn poems written to the sun-disk deity Aten. Composed in the middle of the 14th century BC, it is varyingly attributed to the 18th dynasty pharaoh Akhenaten or his courtiers, depending on the version, who radically changed traditional forms of Egyptian religion by replacing them with Atenism. The hymn bears a notable resemblance to the biblical Psalm 104, sparking rumors and discussions of plagiarism. The hymn poem provides a glimpse of the religious artistry of the Amarna period, expressed in multiple forms encompassing literature, new temples, and in the building of a whole new city at the site of present-day Amarna as the capital of Kemet. Egyptologist Toby Wilkinson said that it has been called one of the most significant and splendid pieces of poetry to survive from the pre-Homeric world. Egyptologist John Darnell asserts that the hymn was sung various core tombs at Amarna, ancient city Aten, the city Akhenaten founded, have similar prayers or hymns to the deity Aten or to the Aten and Akhenaten jointly. One of these, found in almost identical form in 5 tombs, is known as the short hymn to the Aten. The long version read in this presentation was found in the tomb of the courtier and later pharaoh A. Akhenaten's religious reforms, later regarded heretical and reversed under his successor Pharaoh Tutankhamun, have been described by some scholars as monotheistic, though others consider them to be henotheistic. In his 1958 book Reflections on the Psalms, C.S. Lewis compared Akhenaten's hymn to the Psalms of the Judeo-Christian canon. James Henry Breasted noted the similarity to Psalm 104, which he believed was inspired by the hymn. Arthur Weigall compared the two texts side by side and commented that in the face of this remarkable similarity, one can hardly doubt that there is a direct connection between the two compositions. The Great Hymn to the Aten, West Wall, 13 columns, in the Tomb of A. Adoration of Ra Herukahuti, who rejoices in light land, in his name, Shu, who is Aten, living forever. The great living Aten, who is in Jubilee, the Lord of all that the disk encircles, Lord of sky, Lord of earth, Lord of the house of Aten and Akhet Aten, and of the king of upper and lower Kemet, who lives by Ma'at, the Lord of the two lands. Nefer Keper Ra, sole one of Ra, the son of Ra, who lives by Ma'at, the Lord of crowns, Akhenaten, great in his lifetime, and his beloved great queen, the lady of the two lands, Neferu Aten Nefertiti, who lives in health and youth forever. The Vizier, the fan bearer on the right of the king, says, "Splendid you rise in heaven's light land, O living Aten, creator of life. When you have dawned in eastern light land, you fill every land with your beauty. You are beauteous, great, radiant, high over every land. Your rays embrace the lands. To the limits of all that you made, being Ra, you reach their limits. You bend them for the sun whom you love. Though you are far, your rays are on earth. Though no one sees you, your strides are unseen. When you set in western light land, earth is in darkness, as if in death. One sleeps in chambers, heads covered. One eye does not see another. Were they robbed of their goods that are under their heads, people would not remark it. Every lion comes from its den. All the serpents bite. Darkness hovers. Earth is silent, as their maker rests in light land. Earth brightens when you dawn in light land, when you shine as Aten of daytime, as you dispel the dark, as you cast your rays, the two lands are in festivity. Awake, they stand on their feet. You have roused them. Bodies cleansed, clothed. Their arms adore your appearance. The entire land sets out to work. All beasts browse on their herbs. Trees and herbs are sprouting. Birds are flying from their nests, their wings greeting your ka. All flocks frisk on their feet, all that fly up and alight. They live when you dawn for them. Ships fare north, fare south as well. Roads lie open when you rise. The fish in the river dart before you. Your rays are in the midst of the sea. Who makes seed grow in women? Who creates people from sperm? Who feeds the son in his mother's womb? Who soothes him to still his tears? Nurse in the womb, giver of breath, to nourish all that he made. When he comes from the womb to breathe, on the day of his birth, you open wide his mouth, you supply his needs. When the chick in the egg speaks in the shell, you give him breath within to sustain him. When you have made him complete, to break out from the egg, he comes out from the egg to announce his completion. Walking on his legs, he comes from it. How many are your deeds, though hidden from sight? O sole God, beside whom there is none. You made the earth as you wished, you alone, all peoples, herbs, and flocks, all upon earth that walk on legs, all on high that fly on wings. The lands of Kahor and Cush, the land of Kemet, you set every man in his place. You supply their needs. Everyone has his food. His lifetime is counted. Their tongues differ in speech. Their characters likewise. Their skins are distinct. For you distinguish the peoples. You made Hapi and Duat. You bring him when you will to nourish the people. For you made them for yourself. Lord of all, who toils for them, Lord of all lands, who shines for them, Aten of daytime, great in glory. All distant lands you make them live. You made a heavenly Hapi descend for them. He makes waves on the mountains like the sea, to drench their fields and their towns. How excellent are your ways, O Lord of eternity, a Hapi from heaven for foreign peoples. and all land's creatures that walk on legs, for Kemet the happy who comes from Duat. Your rays nurse all fields. When you shine, they live, they grow for you. You made the seasons to foster all that you made. Winter to cool them, heat that they taste you. You made the far sky to shine therein, to behold all that you made. You alone, shining in your form of the living Aten, risen, radiant, distant and near. You made millions of forms from yourself alone. Towns, villages, fields, the river's course. All eyes observe you upon them, for you are the Aten of daytime on high. You are in my heart. There is no other who knows you, only your son, Nefer Keperah, Soul One of Ra, whom you have taught your ways and your might. Those on earth come from your hand as you made them. When you have dawned, they live. When you set, they die. You yourself are lifetime. One lives by you. All eyes are on your beauty until you set. All labor ceases when you rest in the west. When you rise, you stir everyone for the king. Every leg is on the move since you founded the earth. You rouse them for your son who came from your body, the king who lives by Ma'at, the lord of the two lands, Nefer Keperah, Soul One of Ra, the son of Ra, who lives by Ma'at, the lord of crowns, Akhenaten, great in his lifetime, and the great queen whom he loves, the lady of the two lands, Nefer Neferu Aten Nefertiti, living forever.